They finished last season really strongly. Seem to have started this season in pretty good form as well. So a good team coming to the park this weekend. I think probably both teams showed last weekend that they want to compete at the right end of the table. So I'm expecting a good game. Really pleased with our performance last weekend. Disappointed we didn't take the maximum amount of points, but pleased with our performance. And that's a platform, hopefully, to get our first win of the season.
And of course, we've had a really impressive home record over the past season or so here at SJP. I mean, obviously, we could look to continue that.
Yeah, definitely. The home form for a number of seasons, and even before my time as manager, was strong and always has been strong. You want to continue that. You want to win your games, your home games. You'll do that by performing well. It's such a shame because the atmosphere at the park for a long time now has been fantastic, and I know the players really enjoy playing there. So we're certainly going to miss the fans. It's how we adapt to the new environment. We've had a little bit of experience of obviously the Forest Green game this season, and the Colchester playoff game towards the end of last season. But then it'll be week in, week out, and how we respond to the fact that there's no fans there at present. Hopefully that will change in the near future. But in the meantime, we've just got to take care of our own performance, and hopefully that turns into results.
And how are we looking on the injury front? Obviously, we had the friendly at Weymouth on Tuesday, which gave some players a few minutes.
Yeah, really pleased with the way that group came through those 90 minutes. The likes of Nicky Law, Piers Sweeney, Tom Parks, getting valuable minutes. Ben Seymour got, I think, only his second out in a pre-season, and got 80 minutes under his belt. He's been a bit unlucky missing through a quad strain and then an illness. But that's the way it goes sometimes in football. So he's got to make up for lost time in terms of that, and he took his goal really well. So a lot of positives, despite not the performance, but the result as well. I was just pleased for those players to get through it and try and find some sort of rhythm in the game. We certainly started to do that in a second period, and they become available or more selectable for this weekend. But I've got to be respectful of the group of players who started at Salford last weekend, and that was a strong performance. Like I say, disappointed not to win that game, but a strong enough performance to say, I deserve my shirt for this weekend.
And it's all about match experience, especially for the youngsters, isn't it? Getting sort of full 90 under their belt.
Yeah, and you talk about youngsters for the senior ones as well. No different throughout the group. For various reasons, some players have missed little chunks of pre-season, so they're still gaining their understanding of what's needed and what the intensity is needed for our competitive style of football and our intense style of football. Certainly in the home games, we want to play on the front foot and get at the opposition, and we will be looking to do that this weekend. But a lot more players in contention and available to start the game, and we've got another friendly fixture, so to speak, next week where we might even get Jake Caprice on the pitch in that game. So he gets another step closer to fitness and game time out on that pitch as well. And I've just said in a previous interview, you look at the fixtures we've got in October, they come thick and fast and in quick succession. So we'll need everyone in the next couple of weeks. And they need to stay in a rhythm. They need to find their position on that football pitch and feel comfortable. And then they're in the rhythm of the games, which is why we're organising these sort of behind closed doors games, so to speak, against various opposition, because we know it will hold us in good stead for the fixtures to come.
I mean, one player we haven't seen feature yet is Randall Williams. I mean, are you able to provide any update on the situation with him at the moment?
Yeah, he only didn't feature in the game at Salford simply because we accepted a fee and we gave him permission to speak to that club. He did that on Friday and over the weekend. He's turned that opportunity down, so he's our contracted player. So he's come back and trained today, and he'll be available for this weekend. It might be a little bit difficult to get him in the starting 11 based on the week's training he's missed, all the travelling he's been doing in the meantime, plus the way he's been at mentally as well, and that can be added extra stress on the body, but it's great to have him back and have him available.
And hopefully, I mean, if he stays, it's going to be a great asset to the club. So I just wanted to mention now next Tuesday we've got the fans forum, and obviously encourage the fans to put their questions to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we do it face to face usually, but this would be a virtual one, so slightly different. But we'll spend as much time needed as we can in terms of answering the questions. I think the new signings will be on there as well, so a great opportunity for the fans to get to know those players, get that interaction going. I know it's a shame we're not all in one room discussing it, but it is what it is at the moment. Obviously, the circumstances are dictating a certain method of communication, but it will be a really positive evening, hopefully. And like I say, hopefully we can go into that evening on the back of a positive result this weekend.